Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. You already know, man. You with Better with Time, man. Also known as Kem, man, with the big homie Slat. Y'all know him as Matt. Yeah, dig? We finna bring y'all something exclusive, man. Just like when Matt is away, he has polio today. Tom has polio as well. All right? But again, he is here in spirit.
All right.
All right, listen, man. I want to welcome everybody back. Listen, as you see, you got Matt, you got Kem. There's a space here right now, right? We want to shout out the homie Tom and invite y'all all in. We're going to do business as usual here today, but today we're going to do something a little bit different.
He got polio.
Yeah, polio has struck again, everybody. FYI, polio has struck again. Right? Now, as we get into this today, man, we're going to do something a little bit different, man. Listen, man, it's me, myself, Kem again, and my guy, Matt.
You know the fucking vibes.
Listen, we got some stuff for y'all, right? But I want my boy Matt to kind of kick off where we're going to go today.
All right, we're going to be a little bit all over the place, first off. Let's keep it being.
Okay.
We don't got our main host here, so we going rogue. You feel me? We doing whatever the fuck we want. Thomas who? No, I'm playing. Shout out Thomas, though. But, so I'm going to start off. I want to know how you been outside of, the pod and everything.
Okay.
But within, like, movies, what's the last movie you went and, like, seen in theater?
Okay. So first and foremost, man, I'm good. I appreciate the asking, bro.
Always.
I am definitely good. I can't complain. What I will say is I got to take in 2 movies here recently. I'm going to start with the one, though, that I feel was the best out of those that I saw.
Okay.
Right? That's going to be Crime 101. All right, the Crime 101, that was pretty dope. Chris Helmsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo. Really good movie. One of those movies that is a criminal element movie, right? And it has a lot of inner workings, right? A lot of different parts that you have no idea who's working with who, things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah. As it's like these big heists going on, and the devil is in the details. There's no way to actually know how to get to these places, get out of these places without having some type of inside help.
So it's actually, so does the movie keep you on your toes at least? Like you don't know what's actually happening, or can you like be like from the first 5 minutes like, I see how this is gonna go.
You can kind of
keeps you on your toes?
what you may,
but you don't actually
is gonna
know
happen,
until
but
it
you
happens.
don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay, that's cool. I
Yes.
want to look into that. I want to see that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that.
Yeah, and I actually thought it was gonna take away, and it's one of those things that by the processes of just karma, right? And like after a while, I bump into you, you bump into me, and now you're actually a part of the story. You understand what I'm saying? So it's actually pretty
I like
dope.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. What was the other one?
Now the other one that I saw was Scream 7.
How was that?
Yeah, Scream 7. Man, what I can say, it was not the actual. You gave me something that I didn't actually know it was called as we was talking about, and I was telling you I was going to go see the movie, right? And I was telling you that I'm always there for the comedy that's within the slashing.
Yeah.
But that's called something. What did you say that was called?
It's meta.
Meta.
So they have it as like, so Scream was super
comedy?
good. So they mix up the original 2 Screams was meta horror comedy.
Meta horror.
So
comedy.
they took all the tropes of classic slashers from the 70s and 80s. And since the slasher genre was in a slump in the 90s, they weren't doing nothing. They said, all right, let's take this movie. At first it was called Scary Movie, like in the pre-production. So it's funny that the spoof movies became Scary Movie. But in the pre-production, it was called Scary Movie and everything. And they were like, we don't just want to we want to make this about, everyone knows what horror movies are in this franchise. So it's not like, oh, it's a horror movie, we don't know what to do in these scary situations. These guys all have the answers in the notes because they've all watched scary movies.
Absolutely.
So it's just meta because they're in a scary movie within a scary movie. And then they add their own comedy to it. Like in the first movie, he's sitting there talking about how if you have sex, if you're a virgin, you're safe. If you have sex, you're gonna die first because it's what happens in every scary movie.
Absolutely.
If you say "I'll be back," and then that's when Matthew Lillard's character says it and goes to the kitchen. Yeah, it's just like they're self-aware, and that's what I loved about the early Scream movies. They're super self-aware,
and they still do that, which is pretty dope. They still
it's always
do that.
been good with meta comedy and meta horror. Yeah. But so me, I haven't I haven't seen a movie in the theaters in a few months. Well, so
Okay.
all right, I saw on New Year's Day.
Okay.
It was I saw the Stranger Things finale in theaters. But that's not
Okay.
a movie.
Okay.
It was a movie event, but it's a television episode.
And it was 2 hours, so it.
Yeah,
You know
I mean it's a movie,
okay.
but it wasn't a movie. But
Event.
it
Gotcha.
isn't. So I'm not gonna count that one. That was good. Obviously, you know, there was the whole Stranger Things debacle online and everything. And everyone thought it was a fake out, and because it was so bad, it was a fake out, and they're gonna have another hidden episode, and they never did. So that's what happened. I liked it for what it was. I thought the ending was really cool, but the middle was a bit dull. But whatever. But the movie I did see, the actual movie I did see in theaters most recently, it was a few months back, but it was Predator: Badlands.
Okay,
phenomenal,
nice.
phenomenal movie. I think that's probably like top 3 in the whole Predator franchise.
Okay.
I think it's really good. Think it was phenomenal. I love you're actually getting the point of view from the Auschwitz now rather than the humans.
Yes.
And I thought that was really cool. I loved who was the actress? Was that wasn't Anya Taylor-Joy? Who was that?
I cannot.
I don't remember the actress's name,
she
but
did very well as
the android.
though.
I thought she was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, she was great.
I thought that was all great. I think it was a phenomenal movie. I do got to start getting back into the theaters.
Bro, it begs another question though too. Now that you
especially
said that,
because I'm such a film buff. But.
Yes, and it begs another question now that you said that because the truth about a lot of that too tells a lot about the tech that, like, especially just thinking about the AI.
Right.
Just think about that. In that movie, he was playing him the whole time.
Yeah, just to get her to that point so she could call her team and then the team come.
Bro.
But then she still is like, oh shit, my team is not that good.
Bro.
And she's also playing 2 characters because she was it was phenomenal.
Fire,
it was phenomenal.
Bro.
It left so many twists and turns, and then at the end he goes back and fights his father. And
Cut
it's
his
so
head off.
it was so good. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I just loved seeing, and like also when you go on the ship and everything at one part of the movie, it's showing like all their achievements, where they've been, who they fought, and it opens up the world to like, oh, this is connected. Oh, he fought dinosaurs. Oh, well, there's the fucking the xenomorph skull and this, that, and third. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is fire. I hope they have more movies like that. I hope we actually follow this character more.
Yeah.
Rather than it just be a one and done thing. And I think that's what they're gonna do, which I'm happy about. But I also do want to see the franchises merge again at some point.
That's what, and it's kind of crazy because we're gonna get into something a little later that you're kind of segueing into something that we're gonna talk about a little bit later.
Right.
Which is really crazy because the merging of the Alien universe into the Predator universe as well with the xenomorph and things of that nature is kind of phenomenal because at the end of the day, we can go all the way back to 1979, which is like the inception of the Alien movies, right? And the xenomorph, right? And kind of think about where we are now, where the house got acted, we're able to giving it a dialect for us to be able to break down through the actual the AI or whatever. So it's so many places that it can go, man. But yeah, great, phenomenal movie.
No, phenomenal. And it's funny too, because leading up to that, so I had seen like 2 movies from the Alien franchise at that point, and I had seen like 2 movies from the Predator franchise. And this was like maybe like beginning of last year.
Okay.
I knew enough about both of them. I had only seen, I saw the original of both, and then I saw, for Aliens, I think I saw Alien, it was one of the newer ones. I think it was like
Romulus.
No, that was the newest, which I really liked. I loved Romulus. The ending was weird with the dude who's a basketball player in real life, but he's like that amateur basketball player who's like 8 feet fucking tall. Him being the villain at the end was interesting, but no, it was it wasn't Covenant. Or was it the one before Covenant?
So you had didn't you also
Prometheus?
Yeah, that's right. But that's a totally different franchise. That's the Alien franchise for the actual Prometheus. Go ahead though. Yeah.
So I had only seen the original Aliens and I saw Prometheus. Those were the only things I saw from Aliens. And then for Predator, I saw the original Predator, which is iconic. So many great things are from that original Predator series. And then I saw one other recent Predator at some point. So me and a bunch of my friends and a couple of my roommates, we all were like, all right, bet. We're going to run through this franchise. Both of them. Aliens and Predators, all in chronological order. We're going to run through both of these.
Good job.
And lead up to Predator Badlands.
Yes.
And we did that. And oh my God, 2 phenomenal fucking series. Yes, they have their duds for sure. Like, I'm going to be real. As much as I love Danny Glover, one of my favorite actors of all time, Predator 2 was terrible. Predator 2 was absolutely dog water. He had a great performance, but Those are the worst Jamaican accents I've ever heard.
Uh-huh.
They pulled some dudes off the street and said, try a Jamaican accent.
Right.
Those are the worst Jamaican accents I've ever heard. And you might think, oh, it's just some random white dude saying this. I work with like 25 Jamaican dudes that are all from Jamaica. They're all not born up here. All of them are from Jamaica. So I'm very clear on what a Jamaican accent sounds like at this point in my life.
Patois.
I don't know what that means, but I've heard it plenty of times. Yeah.
That's the accent.
Oh, that's the dialect.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm very aware of how it's supposed to sound in Predator 2. Sounds like me trying to do a Jamaican accent. It doesn't sound good. I was very shocked when I watched it last year and I was like, yeah, that's not good. Holy shit. And then like it's just like the CGI wasn't great in that one and everything, but they're trying new things, so I do love it and it pushed the franchise forward. But there's definitely some duds, but for franchises, those two are coveted.
Yeah, without a question.
And then the when they fucking merged, oh my God.
It's no way around it. So for me, you put it in a nutshell. For me being a long-standing sci-fi action, type of person, when those worlds met. So it's kind of dope when you even brought up Prometheus, because a lot of people didn't even understand that Prometheus was a part of it until they actually watched some of the other movies. And then, like, if you go in chronological order and then
once you see the Weyland-Yutani name and you put it together, because those creatures, those were like humanoid type things. So you're like, what is this about? And then when you finally see
humans.
it, exactly.
They're synthetic humans, then when the consciousness was human beings inside a synthetic body.
And then when you see it all and everything, and then those, I don't know what they're called, but those big white character dudes who were trying to bring the xenomorphs to Earth at one point. Those things were creepy as hell in the beginning, and people were like, what is this? And then when you see it's actually an alien movie, because when I first went to go see it in theaters, when it first came out, I didn't know it was an alien movie. I just heard Prometheus. I didn't know. And I only had ever seen the original Alien when it first came out. So I was super.
Ridley Scott. He did.
Oh my God! Shout out Ridley Scott. 100%. Shout out Sigourney Weaver, one of the best actresses of all time. She made that franchise what it was. Even she those first few movies, they were just having her do whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But so to segue around, so we talking about movies right now. What's an actor? And obviously, we got some obvious ones out there. I don't want to just do the bare bones obvious, because I don't got an obvious answer either.
Gotcha.
But what's like an actor that like has had one of the greater runs of like maybe 5+ years of just banger after banger after banger? No misses.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We can go with the traditional Pacino, De Niro, Hanks, Denzel, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, right? But in those pockets, right, they're always making like movies for more mainstream. And in a lot of that, sometimes you are birthed an actor, right? That kind of goes on like a tear, right? We have a couple, like we got like Christian Bale, a bunch of different guys, right? But who I want to go with for myself is going to be Matt Damon, okay? So Matt Damon, for me, in 1997, we already know what they did with Robin Williams, Ben Affleck, and the Good Will Hunting, things of that nature. 1998, he also made an appearance, if people may not have known, but he was also in Saving Private Ryan.
Damn right, towards the end.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's Ryan.
We're talking about a run, right? Then we're also looking at Rounders, the poker classic, you know what I mean, from 1998, right? Then if we continue on, right, we got movies in between that, right? We're going to go into the bangers, though, right? We're going to go into the Bourne Identity series, right? We're going to go into Bourne Supremacy. Bourne Ultimatum takes you a full 10 years of nonstop bangers, right? But for me, it's all those things in between that, because he also did the things with the Martin Scorsese, which is like The Departed. You understand what I'm saying?
One of the greatest movies of all time.
Without a question,
Come on,
man. You got the Ford versus Ferrari. So I took you way past 5 years.
Right.
But the point of me telling you about him is that he's had
That's
a
over 20 years of
career of 20-year bangers, right?
Yeah,
I didn't
100%.
get into things like Elysium and all of that other stuff. And then like Jason Bourne itself. That's not the Bourne Identity. That's Jason Bourne is a whole another movie.
He's just iconic,
So yeah, it's just iconic. What they did with that role from Robert Ludlum to take that into the movies. Crazy, man.
You know what's funny too about that? So there was
The Martian.
It was a meme. The Martian's one of my favorite movies of all time. I remember when that first came out, I had it on repeat for like a good month. I would watch it every couple days because I'm like, this is such a good movie. But it's funny too because with the Bourne stuff, I wish Thomas was here because he was front and center. Him and our guy Jake, they were front and center for me just spamming this meme. And there would be like a crazy scenario. Like it could be anything. It could be somebody like popping up and saying some crazy shit. It could be somebody attacking somebody, something. It would be like a little small clip of anything. Then cut to the dude from the Bourne Supremacy.
Yeah.
Or Ultimate, I don't remember. It was
when he beat him up with the book.
No, it was he's behind he's watching like a film. He's watching some type of security footage, and he's like, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. And so you put any type of video and then that, and I was just spamming Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne for months. It was iconic.
Yes.
But for me, so I got somebody who's currently on a run that I think is pretty generational. And some of you might be thinking I'm talking about Timothée Chalamet. I'm not.
No.
He's also on a current run, though. I'm not going to shit on Timmy, man. Timmy's fire right
Good
now.
money.
But I'm going with Robert Pattinson.
Not bad.
Right now, you could go back from, I think, 2016. You got Lost World of Z, or Lost City of Z, Good Times, High Life, The Lighthouse. Then you go into recent, where The Tenet in 2020. Then you go The Batman 2022. And then the shit, I think, Mickey 17.
Yep. They killed him 1,000 times.
Mad times. Then you got Marty Supreme. Then of this upcoming year, he's going to be in fucking Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, arguably one of the greatest stories to ever happen. It's finally getting put to screen. Then of course, he's coming out with another Batman movie. Currently, he's on a run of just banger after banger after banger. And I just love it too, because like when he was cast as Batman, everyone was like the dude from Twilight. And I'm like, bro, look at some of his movies. Fuck Twilight and give it A. I'm not gonna be one of those guys. You get me up with the right girl or something, and she want to watch Twilight. I like Twilight.
Right.
Don't get it fucked up. I was the right age of young kid when those were coming out, and I was like, hey, I fuck with them. So if girl want to watch Twilight, hit me up. But but nah, fucking. If you get past the Twilight shit, because it is cringe as fuck, they're not good movies. I just like them. But I can admit that. But nah, he's got actual, like, The Tenet's one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm gonna keep it a beat.
Listen, stop playing.
Like, what are we talking about?
Sorry, you see how I get exaggerated when you say something that we're in the same vein. If people don't agree, I have a problem.
So like, I'm just sitting here like, you can't just keep talking about him being, because like, bro, let's be real. Heath Ledger was in Brokeback Mountain. I'm not shitting on Heath Ledger or anything. And Jake Gyllenhaal were in Brokeback Mountain. Those are two of the greatest actors of this generation. Heath Ledger literally put out the greatest performance of Joker of all time, and is still talked about to this day. And Jake Gyllenhaal is one of the greatest actors of this day, and they were both in Brokeback Mountain. Are we still going to talk about them as Brokeback Mountain guys? No. Why are we still talking about Robert Pattinson as Twilight dude? Yeah. Edward from Twilight. Bro, he's got so many bangers. And then The Batman was also arguably the best Batman movie of all time. I'm not going to say it was, because Dark Knight is goated. But it's definitely top 3 Batman movies of all time.
I don't want to debate with my boy on this episode, because it's only us.
It's not top 3 Batman of all time?
But no.
It's not top 3 Batman of all time?
Top 3?
Top 3 Batman
top
movie
3?
of all time.
Okay, all right. That's something we could take later.
Yeah,
I don't mind that at
Batman
all.
Movie
But
of all
it is
time?
fire because of how even the Catwoman is in this one. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah,
Zoe Kravitz hit different, man. Zoe Kravitz hit different. Don't mess it up.
And her vibe was just
and them two meshed together really well and shit.
That was a great movie.
And then that movie literally spawned the Penguin series, which won so many Academy Awards.
That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, the Batman's a goat.
It's in the top.
It's top 3 for sure. Yeah,
because I've watched it more than 3 times, so I have to.
That's a long ass movie to watch multiple times. I love that. I love that.
3 times.
All right, so we talk about movies and everything. What's one thing in movies or film? It could be anything.
Yes.
That, like, one wish that you have for. That could be just reshaping of a franchise. That could be a new angle on storytelling. That could be a specific casting you want for a character, for something you want to be made, or that you know is being made and you just want a specific person cast for. Just one wish.
I love how you put that together too, right? Because at the end of the day, it would definitely have something to do with specific casting, a specific movie that came out to actually further the franchise, right?
Okay.
And I think it actually would reshape the franchise for what it did at the time and the generation that it hit for. I don't think we'll ever get something like this again, but I'm actually pulling for it. That's why this is my wish. I would love for there to be a new Kings of Comedy. And in that new Kings of Comedy, right? In that new Kings of Comedy, I would love for it to be Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Mike Epps, and D.L. Hughley.
It would never happen.
Right?
Sadly, because
those guys,
Cat would never do something with Kevin, and Kevin would never do something with Cat.
Yo,
sadly.
and it's so crazy.
And it's so disgusting.
You know what I mean? And then the Dave,
that would be crazy.
the Mike Epps and DL, bro. This is something that I believe that the culture who loves comedy, and I don't care what generation you're actually from, I think this is one of the things that kind of separates things now anyway, right? We can't get all of the greats in one place anymore. There's so much individuality with the brands, and more power to you, gentlemen. Keep on getting your money. But one of the things that I think that all of you probably understand and recognize that aside from that singular fame that you actually have, the tours that you were a part of that made you famous and which we fell in love with you are some of the things that we also
That's what separated, like, early on, you got Eddie. That's what separated Eddie from these other guys. His tours,
goodness,
early on,
man,
and he was only,
he
wasn't doing stand-up. Once he became actor, he didn't do stand-up ever again. But that tour he went on in his first run of stand-up was crazy.
He had two, the Raw and the one, so Raw was in purple, and the other one that he did in red. I can't get it right. Delirious. Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Okay, Delirious.
Listen, I don't forget comedy specials and because those things are near and dear to my heart.
Right. They're not as big anymore, so no one really thinks about specials, comedy specials. It just goes to, oh, does he have a Netflix special? That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same with with the material being written about a person's life and them touring it and kind of telling you about, they're bringing you into their house on stage. Right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
With a lot of comedians and things of that
Chris
nature.
Rock, he had a crazy couple tours.
Yes.
All right, so real quick, with that lineup you just said,
who
would be the opener, who would be the closer?
Wow, you put me under the gun right there.
That's
so
important.
Who would be the, I'm going to be honest
because
with you.
there's a lot of guys who don't want to follow up certain guys.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Like, what's that order?
Mike Epps has to be the opener.
Oh, that's filthy.
Yeah,
following Mike Epps is crazy too, though. So everyone has to follow him.
Yes, everybody has to follow Mike Epps, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, because this dude is so well rounded and his funny isn't for everybody. DL is gonna close it. For sure.
That's beautiful.
You understand what I'm saying? DL is going to close. I don't care where Cat, Dave, or
they can all fit into their own niche.
Yes,
they can.
You understand?
Especially because they have their own specific type of comedy.
Go ahead, boy.
They don't have to.
Go ahead, boy.
They don't have to bounce off the person who just went in front of them.
They're going to hit so much.
They can just do whatever. They can do their own lane, and they'll still hit the same. They don't got to use the guy in front of them.
I agree.
To make them better.
100%.
Yeah, I think all of those guys can do that. But Mike Epps has to open.
He has to open that,
for sure.
Just because he's going to get so many different types of laughs.
Yes,
you know,
he's going to get everybody started. He's going to get everybody ready for what's about to endure. Yeah, no, I like that. That's beautiful. Hell yeah.
What about you, my boy?
Nice. All right, so me,
but wait, we're just doing one for that,
right?
Yeah,
we're just gonna do one. We're just gonna do one.
Got you. Okay.
All right. I'm a nerd.
Okay.
I'm a nerd out.
Give it to me. Let me hear it.
I'm gonna be real, man. It's been 50 years.
Okay.
Of Skywalker.
Okay.
Star Wars got a rebrand.
Okay.
They don't got a reboot or nothing.
Okay.
That history is history. Everything they've got is history. They need to tell a new story though.
Okay.
When you have you started a universe that's literally a universe in those movies. These guys are going from planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, star system to star system.
Yeah.
They can tell another story about other people.
Yeah, there's a lot to be done.
Tell another enriching story, something that has us at the edge of our seat. You don't gotta just keep fucking draining the same well. It's empty, brother. There's nothing left. You're telling the Skywalker story, and you don't got a Skywalker in the movie anymore. Like you had fucking Luke vanish and become a fucking Jedi ghost. Like it's like a Force ghost. My bad, but it's just like tell a new story because it's such a beloved franchise at this point. Kind of dragging it through the mud. You got the Ahsoka series, you got the Mandalorian series, you got the Boba Fett series. You got all of these different series that's just draining from the same well. And yeah, you're telling the lore. You're telling the lore and all of that. And it's great to hear. It's great to see. It's expanding the little world that you've made.
Yeah.
But you've made such a little world in this vast world.
Yes.
And me as a nerd, I just don't want to see this. And just a lover of Star Wars in general, I don't want to see what you've made and what is such a perfect series, not like quality wise, but I mean like just story wise. Like, don't let it fall. And I just want to see them make a new story.
So are you looking forward to the Mandalorian and
No.
Grogu?
No, not the movie. No.
Yes, got you. So
No,
did you like the series at
the
all?
The first two seasons I loved. The second season was definitely worse than the first. The first was amazing. The second season was good for sure. And then you had Luke come in at the end and introduce Ahsoka and everything. And it's the last season of television we got from Carl Weathers, R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yes.
But
Yes, sir.
the third one, it was okay.
Okay.
And then you got series like Obi-Wan. People hated Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Obi-Wan was fire though.
But the nerds, the people who like read the comics of Star Wars, they hated it, and I get why.
Yes,
because you go from the first episode, Obi-Wan not being able to use the Force anymore.
Right, but bro,
I loved it. Like I said,
I just want to say, but wait, no, only because of the translation, the literal translation from comic or animation on page to picture is different.
100%.
We cannot have
MCU is a perfect example.
Yes, there's no way to actually convey it the same. And you also want to leave room to bring in people who don't know the story.
Yes.
So in certain instances, you can't tell the full story that thousands may have read, but millions may follow. You know what I'm saying? So
I 100% agree.
Some of that trips me out with a lot of things that
like
go
I said,
to film.
I'm a nerd, but I'm a rational nerd.
There we go. Yes.
I'm not one of I'm a nerd, but I'm not a geek. And that's not insults.
Not at all.
I'm one of y'all. Don't get it fucked up.
Yes.
But I'm understanding of interpretations.
Thank you.
And so, and I get it. Beginning of Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
He was so far removed from the Force after the Order 66 and everything, and everyone got murdered and everything, that yes, he couldn't even properly pick something up with the Force.
Right.
And then by the end of the season, he's beating Darth Vader at his strongest point. So I get that. I get how the fallacy's in it.
How fast.
I
Just
get
the timeline seems fast.
But also he was a Jedi master at one point.
Thank you.
So it should be pretty.
Obi-Wan.
It's just him riding a bike again, bud. He just got to get on to feel it again. And then he'll be pretty good at it. I don't think it's that deep that, he couldn't pick something up with the Force, but now he's beating Darth Vader. He already beat Anakin once. And arguably Anakin was stronger than Darth Vader. He's literally a robot now. And so so then Ahsoka series, cool, told lore. Andor, first season, phenomenal. Second season, cool. But it's just like.
Yeah, second season kind of tripped me out. It got.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're draining from a well, because they're talking about another trilogy with Rey. And as the sequel series, the first Force Awakens, cool. Then we're which was the Last Jedi, and then bro, I mix these two up because they're both shit in my eyes. Those next two are just not good. You bring back
with Rey. So what they try to do with Rey and the relationship,
be Yoda when Yoda was training Luke begrudgingly, and then you have Luke be begrudgingly training Rey, and then you have him die in front of Kylo to be a Force ghost, and you lost me, bud. You lost me. And then you have
we're on the same page.
You have Leia die and then randomly use Force powers that she's never really shown. Yes, she should have Force powers, but she's never shown she has it to save her own life. But then Carrie Fisher dies in real life, R.I.P. And so then it's just like there's so much going on. And then the last one where Kylo uses all his life force to save Rey, but then it kills him in his redemption arc. And it's cool, but I'm good off of that, man. We don't need another trilogy because I guess the trilogy is supposed to be her starting her own fucking like camp of building new Jedi up and everything like Luke did, and then Luke for some reason tried killing Kylo because he sensed a little fucking Sith in him or something. And then that's what made the Empire come back. So I don't know what they're going to do. They can't just keep falling on this Darth Sidious trope of we're going to keep bringing them back. So I don't know what they're going to do. But I think we just tell a new story, man. Something not as large scoped.
Okay.
Because clearly the Empire and the Rebellion is large scoped. It's saving the universe.
Yes.
So maybe something not so as big. or shits and giggles, me and Thomas have talked about this a lot. Just give us a Darth Vader horror film. That would be fire. If we're going to dip into the well, do that. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree with most of that for sure because it's ran its course. it's
50
actually ran
years.
its course.
50
You know what I mean?
years. Like, at what point are we
ran its
like
course. And then a lot of the new stories have not been
received well at all?
Yeah.
So it's like, what, like, yeah, is it gonna go make $1 billion? Sure,
That's a fact.
But are we gonna then shit on you in every platform possible because it wasn't a good movie?
After you got my
100%. Yeah, like, we're gonna keep doing it. And yeah, are we gonna be gullible enough to keep going and trying to see it and hoping it's great? Sure.
Yeah, we are.
But that doesn't mean you guys keep fucking taking advantage of our gullibility. I hate rich people. All right, so this is the real question though. What's your top 5 movies of all time? And if it's hard to give a specific one from a franchise, you can just throw the franchise in because I've done such.
I appreciate that, King, because for me, it actually is hard, man. I watched a lot of movies, so when we go into greatest, those are things that it changes for me, right?
Yeah,
so
100%.
it's something that I watched when I was 15 or 17 every day doesn't hit the same. Yeah, because it was something that, like, so think about it. In my time, right, we didn't have as many, of course, I had cable and all that shit. We we ain't gonna do the old shit today. But we didn't have social platforms in order for us to stream content. So we're looking at Blockbuster, West Coast Video, things of that nature, right? And whatever you can get on the black market, you know what I mean, DVDs.
Now you got somebody on the corner selling like some tapes or DVDs.
For sure, right? So things have changed for me, right? But some things will never change, right?
Okay.
And one of the things that is going to be for me, that's going to be like my go-to, if I'm because I'm gonna break it down in different categories as we go a little bit here. If I had to break it down for my number one go-to movie to make me feel good, that's a comedy movie, is going to be the original Coming to America.
Oh, yeah,
all right,
it's amazing.
Eddie Murphy,
Arsenio
Hall. You know what I mean? It's that's why I said a lot of these in our early conversation segue into some of the things. You know what I mean? For sure, for me, it's definitely Coming to America. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, in this young day, man. You getting Eddie Murphy playing 11 characters in the same movie. Every one of the characters are actually funny. You got Arsenio Hall playing multiple characters in the movie. A story of an African prince who wants his queen, but he doesn't want his queen from Africa. He wants his queen from Queens, New York. You know what I mean? So he goes to Queens, and to everybody who's on the east side with us, you already know what it is. It was a great, great, funny story. Me and my brothers watched that 1,000 times. My mom watched it 100 of those 1,000 times with us.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? One of those movies that I'll never, ever, that's always going to be there for me.
Amazing.
Yes, man. Then if I had to go into like a crime element bag, right? Not so much action, but crime, that's a staple, something that was a fixture on the TV in my household and that was my thing. I had to sneak and watch Scarface. Okay, Al Pacino, Scarface. Another story of a person coming to America for the American dream. The first story, he's coming for his queen. The second story, he's coming for the dream, which is the money. We already know. Man, crazy. Love that story. Now, as we spin off, right, a little bit for me, what we're going to get into is a different caliber of kind of movie now.
Different conversation.
Different. As we are here, you see it right there. And again, if y'all made it this far, listen, man, please support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Join the conversation, please, guys. All right?
Get in tune. Tell us your top 5, man.
For sure. Then I got some different stuff for y'all. I'm going into a whole different genre. I'm going into a Western genre, man. I like Westerns. I'm going to keep it real.
Ooh, you like old Westerns?
Not old ones. We're going to go with, I got 2 specifically for you.
I think I know.
Hateful Eight.
I knew it.
And True Grit.
Oh, now Django.
Django is fire. But that, and
Django's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Django is fire for a different reason. It's not necessarily a Western for me. When we're thinking about Western,
you're right. No, you are right. You are right.
Exactly. When we're thinking about a Western, I'm more in the cowboy.
Hateful Eight is amazing.
The Hateful Eight is one of those, right? But True Grit also has someone who we spoke about earlier, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah.
Yes, sir. And Jeff Bridges. It's the story of Maddie, a girl who's 14 years old who takes the world on by herself. Yep. Her father gets killed, right? And he got killed by somebody who was the family hired to help the family, right? So the little girl goes to another town where she meets Jeff Bridges, you know what I mean, who is Rooster Cogburn, the man who has the most grit of anybody that anybody knows. You understand what I'm saying? So she employs him to help her find the man to bring to justice who killed her father. In that story, Matt Damon is the Texas ranger who was hunting the same man
them,
because this is a crime that
So
he's
it's just
committed
whoever-
multiple states. Oh man, crazy
Trying to
crazy
just get
movie.
to him first.
Oh man, whoever gets to him first is the time they end up teaming up and things like that. And you guys already should know about Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight stars
fucking
Samuel
amazing.
Jackson, Christoph Waltz, and Walter Goggins. One of
Bro.
my favorite movies of Walter Goggins. If y'all not down with this dude and Samuel
Goggins is
Jackson,
crazy.
listen, man, the way that they formulated this relationship in this movie was fire.
Phenomenal. That movie was fucking ridiculous.
Listen, Samuel is the bounty hunter. Goggins is supposed to be the new marshal in the town that Samuel
Christoph
is.
Waltz too, man.
Yes, and Christoph Waltz
Bro.
being a part of the gang who Samuel Jackson is bringing the person to justice. Crazy
Bro, I thought about
movie.
For sleepers earlier when we were talking about people who went on runs.
Yes.
Christoph Waltz should have been one of them guys.
Listen.
Christoph Waltz has been like one of the best supporting actors of the last 25,
I'm watching
30
something
years.
when we leave the new Dracula movie that Christoph Waltz is in that I gotta watch. Like,
I want to watch that too.
Yes, bro.
Fucking, but yeah, no, he should have been given more like lead roles
for sure
because he's such an amazing
and he know how to talk, man. He's one of those. He can carry it, like you know what I mean, like in different his dialogue and everything.
And he was in Django too.
Yes,
as a whole completely different character.
Yes, he's one of those guys. Yes,
oh my God.
Yes, he's the hangman. He's the fake hangman in this one. You know what I mean? In that one,
fucking ridiculous.
You know what I mean? He's the bestie for Django.
So you said
those
Coming
two
to
are
America.
one for me.
Okay,
yes.
you got those two and
yep.
one. Okay.
And then my last one, right? Listen, man, we're gonna go into some black exploitation for my boy, right?
Okay.
Listen, man. Now, this movie was produced before I was alive, but at the time of me being a young man, it was one of those VCR tapes that I would be able to find around the crib every once in a while, right? I think my mom would throw it away and I would still find this movie, but this is The Mac, 1973, right? The story follows Goldie, a man who comes out of prison and decides he's going to become San Francisco's biggest pimp.
Oh shit!
Listen, brother, but he's not going to become a pimp or Mac, right? Mac.
That's where Pimp Mac game.
Exactly. He's not going to become a Mac like
Daddy.
how these other guys is, smacking people, doing all this thing.
Right.
He revolutionizes the game. Let me not glorifying
No, I've never
Mac.
even. I know.
Listen,
I've
not
never heard of this
glorifying
one. I'm not
Mackin'.
gonna lie.
While other dudes is smacking their girls, he got his girls in the planetarium looking at the stars while he talking to them and training their minds. Pimping on, macking on a whole nother level, like teaching the game in a whole nother level. And not only that.
How old was you when you was watching this?
I was probably 12. You know what I mean?
Interesting movie you watched when you was 12. Let's get into it though. Come on now.
Yeah, listen.
Because you were saying bound around the house. You must have been a little young.
Yeah. I was young, bro. 12 or so, right? 12, 13, right? Me and my brothers, I would be able to.
I get why Mom Dukes was throwing tape out.
Have somebody, you know what I mean, watch the door while we, you know what I mean, try to watch the movie, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But you also get, because it wasn't just that, not only was I able to see that, because listen, even in the glorifying of the criminal element that he was doing, he came home from prison and wanted to do something different. He was also a drug addict. So he couldn't get certain jobs.
Right.
So he knew that women liked him because they called him Goldie, because he was a light-skinned guy. So women liked him. So he decided just, hey, if you like me, just pay me.
Well, who was the lead actor? Was he like big?
Yes. So he wasn't big, but his right-hand man was Richard Pryor.
Oh my God.
Yes, his right-hand man was
Fucking
Richard
goat.
Pryor. All right.
Fuck.
Now, his name was Michael Campus, though. He wasn't, he wasn't that big.
Okay.
Max Julian, was Michael Campus shot the movie. Max Julian was a guy who actually played the Mac. But the last thing I want to point out about this movie, which was really cool, is that, bro, if you go listen to Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg early, all of their skits are actually from the Mac.
Oh, okay, I've seen this.
All of their skits are from the Mac. Like when he was like, you really don't understand, do you? In order for us to get rid of everything, we got to get rid of the pimps, the pushes, the drug users.
That's from that?
And then start all over again clean. That's literally from the Mac.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Yes, bro.
That's iconic.
Yes, that skit from Dre is from the Mac. So the other, and that's his brother, who is actually a community activist, talking to Goldie at that time, like, yo, I can't support you. You know what I mean? Because he's still taking care of his
on game.
Watch it. It's a great movie.
Let me go and get into
Yes, bro. So these are my movies, my top movies for right now.
That was 5?
Yes, those are my 5 for right now.
So I'm completely
can't spell pimp without the P. That's from that movie.
Can't do it. Can't do it, I swear. Fucking, all right, I'm completely different realm.
That's fire, though. That's still
hell yeah. So, number one, bro, when I first got introduced to this movie, clearly in school they have you read this, and then once I watched this movie, I went home and watched it again. We watched it in school, and then I watched it again at home, and I watched it again like a few weeks later because I really wanted to understand everything. And I had already read the book,
yo, you making
so
me
I
happy
really
right
understood everything.
Okay.
Then I wanted to see it on screen and then really get every little piece and every hidden detail and this, that, and third. And because my boy Andy Dufresne was speaking that shit, and I'm doing Shawshank Redemption.
Come on,
it's my
bro.
number one
You made
movie
me
of all
happy,
time.
bro. You made me
Shawshank
happy.
Redemption's my number one movie of all
that's you
time,
and Tom's favorite movie.
It's one of Tom. It's up there for Tom. I'm
I
pretty
know
sure
that
too.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if it's
that.
number one, but
Okay.
it's up there for him as
That's
well.
fire. And that's an old movie.
Yeah,
Come on,
bro.
yes.
I love Shawshank Redemption, and then, bro, Morgan Freeman narrating the whole story and just how Morgan Freeman narrating anything just brings a gravitas to everything he does.
Andy Dufresne.
It's just, oh my God. It just, hearing him say Andy just gets me hyped for no reason. It's one of those crazy stories and the whole prison aspect of it, and then the life after prison. What's the one who he gets out? He was the librarian dude. He finally gets out. He finally goes home. He's working a grocery store job and this out there, and he ends up killing himself because he doesn't know how to live. He went into prison. There was like maybe one car in the city. He comes out and there's cars everywhere. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know that. Everything's just different for him, and so he'd rather be inside. Living in prison rather than be outside.
Where he knows how everything goes.
He knows how prison is. Shit don't change in prison. No matter how many years go by. And then you get outside and it's crazy. And then the ends where he gives Red the story of like, you got to go to the Rock and there'll be this and this, and you got to go to the bank and then this, and then I'll be in Mexico. Oh, bro, it's just, it's so enveloped into such a great story. And I have to watch it every few months just because it's one of my favorite stories of all time. And it's one of the few movies that I've actually read the book to that I love both of equally. Next up, I couldn't choose one. I'm happy that me and him were talking before this, and we were like, all right, you could just throw a franchise in because I couldn't pick. It's my favorite trilogy of all time. It's my favorite movie franchise of all time. I'm just throwing the Lord of the Rings, all three of them at number 2 spot. I'm a nerd of that degree. I love Lord of the Rings. I will not watch the regular versions anymore. Whenever I watch them, it's all three, and it's all three extended versions all in a row. I'm one of those guys. It's a fucking 12-hour process, and I do it every time. Lord of the Rings is just something that sits dear with me. I also just rebought the trilogy books, a new copy of them, and the Silmarillion, and I'm running through those right now. I just love those. It's just unbeatable story. It took Tolkien 30 years to create those books, and it's for a reason, because he developed a whole language, developed a whole style of writing, developed all these characters, all these side characters, all the lore of fucking like 3 ages worth of lore within those stories.
That's a fact.
It's like, it's the best story of all time, in my opinion. Next up, so I don't got the MCU because that's ridiculous. That's 26 movies, 28 movies, whatever it is. But I do have the Avengers franchise.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put them in. I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah,
so that's
Avengers.
why I asked about the franchise, because I know we're going to be aligned.
Avengers, I got to, because I wanted to put Infinity War and Endgame in my top 5.
Oh my God,
and that's ridiculous. So I'm just putting Avengers.
You have to.
Franchise at number 3 because Infinity War is the perfect story of a villain. You like your Thanos is your main character in that movie.
And you actually rooted for him.
Yeah, you wanted like
to see if he was going to get
it. I'm saying you rooted for him, even though he's the guy that
he's going to make the snap.
For the last 12 years you've been built up to, like, slowly you're getting all these little end credit scenes or little scenes in Guardians or little scenes here of why this guy is evil and he's the biggest big bad you're gonna see, and everything's gonna lead up to him. And for some reason, you start to root for him because his story is so interesting. And he's literally thinking he's in the right. He's doing the right thing.
King. King.
And then the fights, you get the best Thor. Fucking,
you see how he whooped the Hulk ass, though?
He whooped the Hulk's ass so bad, he never recovered since. Hopefully, in this new Spider-Man movie that's coming out in July, we're supposed to get Rage Hulk again.
Yes,
So hopefully that happens. Maybe Hulk was in New York when the Void happened in Thunderbolts, and now he's Rage Hulk again. I don't know how they're gonna get Rage Hulk back, but I'm happy finally.
Yeah.
Smart Hulk was weird. He was cringy. But yeah, Infinity War phenomenal. Endgame, it's the culmination of it all. R.I.P. Robert Downey's Iron Man. Like that shit was goated.
Yeah.
R.I.P. fucking Black Widow.
Yeah.
All that. But then also, bro, Age of Ultron, how much that movie is shitted on, bro. Ultron's one of the greatest villains in cinematic history just for like spoken word.
What?
The shit he was saying, he was popping shit off.
Yes.
He was letting that shit rip and he was saying a bar every time. And obviously the original Avengers, like that's just...
You can't miss.
It's unbeatable.
You cannot
miss.
Like
bringing those franchises together was something you haven't heard of before. And it was such a risk.
Yes.
And Disney had just got them and was like, fuck, this could make or break this right here, right now.
That was smart.
And it worked phenomenally. It started it all, really. And so I got to have the Avengers in that 3 spot. Next up, this is my feel-good movie. Like, if I'm ever down, I put this on. And given it's got sad parts. So it's maybe not the best for when you're down, but it's got so many parts of just, like, simplistic mindsets of, like, I got Forrest Gump. I just got to put that out there.
Yes.
Bro, like,
that's nothing wrong.
Oh, my God. Oh, Zachary Levi, the actor who played a Shazam and everything.
Yes.
Go watch an interview he had with somebody. I don't remember. But you got to find Zachary Levi talking about Forrest Gump. That shit is how I feel watching Forrest Gump because you got somebody, this whole movie that you think is just not understanding the world around him. And he's just going with the flow and he doesn't even realize that he's being like treated like shit for 30, 40 years. And then you get to the end of the movie and he finally meets his son. And she's sitting there and she's like, "That I named him after his father, Forrest." And he's looking at him and he hits her with, "Is he like me?" And he sounds scared. And right then and there, even as a little kid, I'm sitting there and I'm like, that means he's understood for all these years that these people were shitting on him, patronizing him, treating him like dog shit. And he was able to just be such a good guy through all of that. And it's just like for him to be such a simple-minded guy, but then be that complex of a character, it's phenomenal. And then it's got all those feel-good moments, man. Bubba Gump, fucking, I love it, man. Bubba's goated. Lieutenant Dan, there's so many quotables. It's my feel-good movie. When I want to just sit back and not think about anything and just feel good, I put on Forrest Gump.
Yes.
And number 5, I had to have a mafia movie in there. I'm a big mafia guy. This is my favorite mafia movie of all time. I know you guys might hate me because it ain't a Godfather.
Okay.
But I gotta go Goodfellas. Goodfellas is my favorite movie in the mobster genre. Bro, Goodfellas, man. Goodfellas is easily my favorite mobster movie of all time. It's the one I've seen the most.
Okay.
What makes me funny?
Ray Liotta.
Like, oh my God, Ray Liotta
and their relationship,
bro.
You know what I mean? Their
Ray
dynamic.
Liotta and Joe Pesci is
when you tell him he got to go home and all that,
bro. And then, Joe Pesci's mother in the movie is Scorsese's mom, and she literally they just put her on set and was like, "We're just gonna start filming, Ma, and you just do you." Because she would feed the cast after every shoot and this, that, third. So she built such a camaraderie with them. When it came time to where they had dude in the trunk of the car and De Niro, Liotta, and Pesci are having dinner in there and they needed the knife to fucking cut up the body. All of that was off the cuff.
Right.
Because the mom just was sitting there like, I'm gonna feed these guys and we just gotta talk.
Yes.
And they're just gonna that
was a great freestyle.
Such a fucking amazing scene.
Yeah.
Then the Joe Pesci being such this and Casino too. Like I could lump these two together realistically.
Yeah,
but mindset, Joe Pesci in those two movies for being that guy, being that like crazy of a character.
It being Scorsese's mom and them just freestyling the scene is kind of fire. Bro. Yeah, that's something that's lore. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking. Apparently after every set, she would just feed all the cast pretty much.
Okay.
She would just feed everybody and then they just had her as Joe Pesci's mom and all those scenes about where she's like, you need to get a nice. Oh, this is far away. You need to get a nice girl, and he goes, I got a nice girl every night, man. All this and that was just off the cuff going, and I'm like, that shit is so fire. And for Joe Pesci, for that, him in Goodfellas and Casino, to be that like savage of a character. When then you go back and think of like in the 80s, Lethal Weapon, he's like you think of his character in Lethal Weapon 2, or my cousin Vinny, or Home Alone. Like you think of those characters of him, and then you think of Goodfellas and Casino, like how he could just change and be like such a savage at any given moment with being such a small guy. I think it's fucking phenomenal. And then of course De Niro is phenomenal in Goodfellas. Ray Liotta phenomenal in Goodfellas. Just like it's a real story too. Like a lot of these gangster stories or mafia stories, they're not like real, or if they are, they're so far from the actual story they're telling. Right. And you had the actual guy who probably fantasized some stuff and exaggerated.
Ray Liotta's character.
Yeah, Ray Liotta's character is literally the fucking what's his full real name? Fucking I don't remember. But they had him. He got out of prison. They fucking talked to him and shit. And so yeah, I gotta go. Goodfellas is my fifth, man.
Gotcha.
Goodfellas is phenomenal.
I love that, man. I love that too. And that's an older movie, so I'm definitely.
You know what's funny too? I'm pretty sure at Thomas's daughter's second or third birthday, we pull up to Thomas's sister's house because that's where the party was. And they got Goodfellas on TV, and I'm like, it's a kid's party? What the hell are we doing, guys? And they're like, they're over there. They're in the other room. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's watch some Goodfellas. I love this.
That's funny.
We're gonna head out. We're gonna have another episode for you. This one's actually gonna come out Tuesday or Thursday. I'm not 100% sure when this one is gonna come out, but it's gonna come out after our sports episode where we're gonna dive deeper into some of the football we just talked about. We're gonna go hard on the NBA. We're definitely gonna have talked about Bam's 83.
For sure.
And a couple of things going on in the NBA currently. So I hope you liked what we got.
Yes, man.
If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us your opinions on the stuff we said. If you got a top 5 movies, tell us it.
There you go.
If you want to wish something into TV or movies, tell us about it.
There you go.
Get the conversation started. And that's it.
For sure. Holla at us, man. I love it.
Boom.
Yeah, that was good. The end was better than the beginning.
Yeah.
For sure. I like that. Oh, shit.